Good evening and welcome to Foxborough Conservation Commission meeting of March 9th, 2026 in the Gala Meeting Room. This meeting will be broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access. With that, I'll open the meeting. Do we have any comments from the public? If not, I'd just like to shout out to the people who are watching at home. I appreciate it when you come up to me and tell me different things that you've seen on TV, and I appreciate when you do comment on that for me. So thank you very much for that. Do we have some minutes we can do real quick, like?
Sure. So I reviewed the minutes from February 2nd, 2026. I just have two comments to make on them. The first one is under the 67 Green Street. It says the setback was 100 feet and not 150 feet. I think it's supposed to say just 50, not 150.
So you think it should say 50?
Yeah, when I looked back at the paperwork and the footage for that, it just said they thought it was 50 and then it was moved to 100.
Oh, no. A buffer for a commercial to residential is 150 feet.
Oh, okay.
That's what the problem was. Usually it's 100 foot, but a commercial to residential buffer for parking is 150 feet through the planning board.
Okay, I must have misunderstood how he phrased it, so that I thought it's just the additional 50 feet is what they had to move it. Okay, then that's fine. The other one is just under the community garden proposal. It says, Ms. Greeley noted that they have a neighborhood garden on Baker Street. We did talk about Baker Street, but it was sort of the older community garden. And that one where they talk about the raised beds is just, I don't know that it's on Baker Street. That wasn't where she mentioned Baker Street.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So I suggest just
That's
taking
her neighborhood? I don't really know.
Yeah, I would just recommend taking out Baker Street, and then I think we're good.
Well, they used to have a community garden there
On
before
Baker
the state turned it over for housing.
Yeah, so early in the discussion, we talked about the previous one at Baker
Right.
Street, and then later on, she talked about one that she participates in that's raised beds.
All right.
Just smushed together there. But with that one change, then I recommend, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you. In 7:05, we have a pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, Wetlands Protection Act, and Foxborough's Wetlands Protection Bylaw, Chapter 267, the Conservation Commission will open a public meeting on Monday, March 9th, 2026 at 7:05 p.m. in the Gala Meeting Room, Foxborough Town Hall, 40 South Street, and/or via Zoom on a request for determination of applicability filed by Michael Auckland to allow the replacement of an existing deck with a new deck at 58 Beach Street, Assessors Map 19, Parcel 1, within 100 feet of a wetland resource area. The application is available for public inspection at the Conservation Office at Town Hall. This notice can also be found on the Mass Newspaper Publishers Association website. We have somebody representing.
I think they might be on Zoom.
Okay.
Yes, we are in Zoom. Yep.
Can you unmute?
Good evening.
Okay.
Can you hear? Should I go first, or do I wait for the commission to talk first?
Nope. You make your presentation, then we'll ask questions as necessary.
Is it possible I can share the screen so that I can share what we're seeing?
Sure.
Second. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, okay.
Okay, this
Just
is a
for the
picture.
record, your name, please.
Yeah, my name is Abdi Rapi. I represent the owner, Dr. Ackland. The owner of the property, the owner just purchased the property recently, I believe in the last 6 months. And he would like to fix the dilapidated deck that is there. The existing house has a septic, and it's got on the back we have Neponset River. There is an existing dwelling with a garage in front, and it's got a swimming pool on the back. Between the house and the swimming pool used to be
Could you
a
pause
deck
just
there.
Could you pause just for a second? You had a brighter screen up there before. Okay. Can you
Yeah.
use that one? Because the dark one was
Of
very
course.
difficult to see.
Sure. What's happening is that Dr. Ackland is a customer of ours. When we did work for him in Dover, he recently purchased the property on number 58 Beach Street, and he would like to fix the existing deck that is between the house and the existing swimming pool. We did go on site. We located the driveway. The driveway starts all the way to Beach Street, but we didn't spend the time to locate the entirety of it because the important thing was where the pond was located and where the swimming pool and the relative important features on the site. So I showed the black screen because that kind of gives you the entire picture of how big the lot is. The property line goes inside the Neponset River. But for our purposes, I'll just show on the white screen what it is that we are doing. As you can see in here, we have shown with dots the black. There is a note in here that says existing sonotubes, and my guys in the field, they located where the sonotubes were on the ground. What the doctor would like to do is replace the existing deck that was there before and just use as much of the existing piers, the sonotubes that exist there, and only add a few more in order to accommodate the shape of the deck. Based on the sonotube, where the sonotube was before, it looks like the deck was even bigger than 12 feet. The architect's plan or the builder's plan, they called for 12 feet from the house. We have shown that in December 3rd, 2025, field crew was on the ground and they located the edge of the water as it existed at that time. The elevation of the water was 267.0. The elevation of the concrete patio around the pool is elevation 286. So it's almost 20 feet of difference between where the pool is located and where the edge of the water is located. When my guys were in the field, they noticed that there is an existing set of steps and with a deck and some steps that for access, I guess, on the reservoir. It seemed that they have been there for a while. For clarity, we did show it, so in the future there is a record of what was there before. The existing septic system is already there. All we're trying to do is replace an existing deck. The closest distance from the edge of water to the corner of the deck, we're talking about 77 feet. In order to protect the resource area, we have proposed installing an erosion control barrier at the edge of the concrete patio, just so that we can protect as much as possible the environment, so nothing should be impacted from doing this work for replacing the deck. So the old deck is gone, the piers are there, but we're just putting a new deck. Do we have a detail on the plan for the erosion control barrier, like the 6 inch to 8 inches in size? I have been in contact with a conservation members, conservation office. They have reviewed the plan, and to the best of my knowledge, they are satisfied with what we have prepared. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help.
You, excuse me, you said you were going to add some sonotubes possibly?
So where the angle because whenever, so this is an existing sonotube, the black one. This is another sonotube. So this one in here, they're either going to remove it or they're going to level it off. Where the angle is in here, they show there's going to be another sonotube. Maybe there is a sonotube there that my guys didn't see, but more than likely they will end up adding 2 sonotubes.
Okay, and how are they to be?
Typically, that's just.
You won't be able to get any diggers in there, so they'd be dug by hand?
No. Manual work, and the closest distance from the edge of the deck to the water edge, which is 83 feet on this location, where they might end up adding a couple of sonotubes on the inside. So you're talking about maybe 90 feet away from the edge of water.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
David, you had a question?
I noticed that it says in erosion control barrier, they use the straw wattle.
Yes, I mean, there is already a concrete pad, so we're just putting the 6 inches, the straw water or filter sock, whatever. If we don't show a measure to protect the erosion control, any debris going toward the
Just straw is okay.
pond, it usually is a red flag, so we thought that this would be a minimal thing. The other thing that they can do, it can be even a silt fence, whatever the contractor decides to do. We don't expect to have an earth removal project. It's just minor handwork that's going to happen there. That's why we went with a smaller one. Typically, we go with a 12-inch sock, but in this case, it would be an overkill. We're trying to keep the cost down for the doctor. That's why we're doing this.
Sure. No, it was we do not like hay bales, and that was the,
Of course.
yeah,
Yep.
okay. So,
Yeah, but again, there is a concrete patio in here.
Sure.
If there is any debris that will mitigate, they're going to go inside the swimming pool before they even go to the pond. But technically, we need to show protection, so that's why we put it there.
any other questions, comments?
Greg?
Craig?
Yeah, so I was able to check out the site, I believe it was Wednesday or Friday, and I noticed that the back of the house was also being re-sided. I would just like to request that any erosion control barriers are left out until all work on the back of the house is complete.
That's agreed, not a problem.
Great.
Greg, history. Are there permits or a permit for the existing swimming pool and the deck going down, the stairs going down into the 25-foot zone?
I believe,
Uh,
I believe so. I don't have that with me right now, but
The information that we got from the Board of Health as part of our due diligence for the septic, we thought that there was a plan for the deck when at the time of construction for the swimming pool. We didn't see something for the stairs and the landing or the platform that was there. It wasn't shown on the original plans. Again, it wasn't done recently. It's something that has been there for a while. We wanted to make sure that we document it. That's why we showed it.
In your research on the title of the property to get this information, did you find an older wetlands order of conditions for the pool and the stairs from the previous, maybe associated with the previous owner?
I don't remember what it's for.
I didn't see one. I know that there was an order of conditions for the property on the right-hand side, but not for this one. I didn't see one.
There's a certificate of compliance. You know, we have a
That
digital
closed that order
copy,
of
but
conditions.
I don't remember what the project, but it's for
Okay.
this address, 58 Beach Street.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments?
I
Somebody, okay. Issue a negative.
Sure. I'll make a motion to issue a negative determination
You
for,
have to close the discussion.
oh, sorry. I make a motion to close the discussion on 58 Beach Street.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, before we go too much further, any comments from the audience? Okay. All right. Now the negative.
So I'll make a motion to issue a negative determination for 58 Beach Street.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you,
Get the
guys.
paperwork to you.
I have the form
Thank
for
you.
signatures, but yeah, I'll write in the names if you guys don't want to do it.
Okay.
The snow set us back quite a while, so we would like to start sooner rather than later, as you can imagine, like everyone else.
Absolutely. Okay. This new form, Diana?
Craig was taking Rich's name off of it, and everybody got deleted, so
Oh,
I just have to make a new template.
okay. Stick that up there, being 7:10. Pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, Wetlands Protection Act, and Foxborough's Wetland Protection Bylaw, Chapter 267, the Conservation Commission will open a public hearing on Monday, March 9th, 2026, at 7:10 p.m. in the Gala Meeting Room, Foxborough Town Hall, 40 South Street, and or via Zoom on a notice of intent filed by NextGrid, Inc. on behalf of Albany Road Foxborough LLC for the construction of a plus or minus 999 kilowatt AC photovoltaic electric generating and battery storage facilities at 10 East Belcher Road and 4 Springbrook Road, Assessors Map 94, parcels 12 and 13. Portions of the proposed work lie within 100 feet of a wetland resource area. The application is available for public inspection in the Conservation Office at Town Hall. Thank you.
Good evening, sir, commission members and staff. My name is Dean Gustafson. I'm a senior wetland scientist with All Points Technology Corporation out of Waterford, Connecticut. I'm here tonight on behalf of NextGrid for the proposed 999 kilowatt photovoltaic electrical generating facility, which is comprised of carports and rooftop solar at the existing Foxborough Sports Center, 10 East Belcher Road. Also joining me this evening is Mike Patterson, permitting manager with NextGrid via Zoom. The proposed facility panels will be entirely located on existing paved parking areas in the Sports Center building roof. There'll also be an equipment area located along the existing northern site entrance drive for electrical interconnection equipment and batteries. As shown on the presentation board and also on the presentation plan that was submitted to the commission, wetlands are located within the western portion of the subject property. There's a boarding vegetated wetland system that's highlighted in green in the presentation board. No development activities are located within the actual wetland resource area or the 25-foot non-disturb buffer zone. activities are essentially limited to work within the 100-foot buffer zone, which consist primarily of the existing paved parking areas, with the exception of the electrical interconnection equipment area, which is located within maintained lawn. Erosion controls will be installed throughout the entire work area, including catch basin inserts to properly protect receiving bordering vegetated wetland resource areas. There will also be a wetland protection plan that will be implemented during construction that will be headed by a wetland scientist to provide contractor awareness training of the sensitivity of the subject property and the work activities, ensure that there's no incidental impacts to BVW resources, maintain sensitivity throughout the construction duration, and provide periodic monitoring of construction activities to ensure that those protection measures are being maintained properly throughout the duration. Finally, a buffer enhancement area is proposed along the south side of the proposed electrical interconnection equipment area. That'll include removal of woody invasives in the understory, replanting with native shrubs, and also a New England native conservation seed mix that will provide enhancements to the function of the buffer zone, including water quality as well as wildlife habitat functions. So with the project's avoidance of any resource impacts, the proper protection measures that are being put in place, and the buffer enhancements, the proposed solar facility will not result in an adverse effect to wetland resource areas. So that concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions the commission may have.
Just one question. Did you get the NOI wording on, was it page 10, A10 corrected?
Yes, I did. I did that later that afternoon and sent it to Craig. So you have a corrected notice of intent
received that.
narrative application. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I know I did not walk the site because I didn't want to get a quorum there. Any questions, comments from the three members that did walk it?
I don't really have any questions. The walk was very informative, and
Yeah, it seemed pretty straightforward, and you guys are definitely staying out of the, like you said, it's on previously disturbed land. It's not a lot of soil being stored or moved. So, I mean, I didn't see anything. That was a red flag.
yeah, and the buffer enhancement near the battery pad there, I think will be, it's kind of a mess over there, so that'll be good.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
Something that was asked at the site visit, but just asking again, aside from the battery storage facility, there will be no increase to impermeable surface area at the site, is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Thank you.
Just a quick question. On one of your plans, a couple of your plans, you have proposed catch basin inlet protection, typical. This pertains to two catch basins in front of the big building. What do you mean by that? Because according to what you said, there's nothing, no new catch basins are being put in.
That's correct. We're not changing any of the drainage patterns or any of the stormwater management system, including catch basins. So there is a detail in the plan set that is related to the catch basin inserts. And essentially, it's a filter fabric insert that's...
So that's at the grate on the paved area, not
That's
down
correct.
at the end where you get the arrow pointed.
Okay, but that's the intent, is that, we pop the catch basin tops, put in the filter fabric insert, and that'll capture any minimal sediment that may occur while putting in the foundation system for the carport facility.
But you'd also said there's not going to be any like stockpiling. They could just be like during the day while they're working.
That's
Okay.
correct. There'll be no significant soil stockpile associated with the project. Any soil disturbance will be pretty minimal. The biggest soil disturbance is going to be for putting in the concrete pads for the electrical interconnection area. Any soil removal will be live loaded out from that particular area, so there isn't any extended soil stockpile on the site.
Now, you have a previous stormwater management drainage system for this site from the previous construction of that facility?
Yeah, that's not our facility, but that's the existing sports center's facility. They have a comprehensive stormwater management system that includes underground infiltration basin, as well as various other water quality renovation features as part of that facility.
But you're not adding anything to it?
That's correct. We're not adding anything to the existing stormwater management system. We're not creating new impervious areas. All of the carports and the rooftop are over existing impervious surface on the site, so there's no need for any advancement of the existing stormwater management system.
And this project doesn't have anything to do with the maintenance of those systems either?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Just installing the solar. Anything else by you, Craig? All set?
Nope. No comments.
Any comments from the audience? Questions?
Sure. I'll make a motion to close the hearing for 10 East Belcher Road, DEP number 157-670.
There's a second.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed? None? We
And
got the order of conditions all set?
then I'll make a motion to issue an order of conditions for 10 East Belcher Road, DEP number 157-670.
Second.
With standard
Discussion?
conditions.
All in favor?
With standard conditions.
With standard conditions.
Second.
I don't think we really voted. Do you need a real?
No, that's fine. I just wrote it.
Thank you very much. All
Great.
set.
Great. Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate your time.
It being 7:15, pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, Wetlands Protection Act, and Foxborough's Wetlands Protection Bylaw, Chapter 267, the Conservation Commission will open a public meeting on Monday, February 20, this is, okay, originally it was February 23rd, we got snowstormed out, at 7:05 PM in the Gala Meeting Room, Foxborough Town Hall, 40 South Street, and or via Zoom on a request for determination of applicability filed by Luxury Pools by MF on behalf of TJ McQuaid to replace the existing pool and patio with a new pool and patio in the same footprint at 6 Beaumont Pond Drive, Assessors Map 125, Parcel 28, within 100 feet of a wetland resource area. The application is available for public inspection at the Conservation Office at Town Hall.
Hi, I'm Christine with Luxury Pools by MF. I'm on Zoom here.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, so we had a very, very old swimming pool. It was deteriorating to the point where it was becoming a safety hazard. So when I originally applied with the building inspector, he gave permission to demo it, get it out of there. It wasn't until after I filed the building permit application that we found out we were in the wetlands buffer. So we intend to put a 20 by 40 pool back in the exact same footprint, a paver patio around it, and yeah, but it's pretty straightforward.
Let's see. I don't see, do I see any siltation around
You know
it?
what? I do not believe we put anything on the plan, but we certainly would adhere to anything that you proposed.
When I conducted a site visit a couple weeks ago, I noticed that the fence line would just be a great location for a silt sock to just be installed along that fence line.
We could do that easily.
Great.
And, okay.
Would that be like on the two sides of it?
Yeah, I guess I could go from the corner of the shed
Yeah,
to the fence and then following the other two sides of it from there.
like along the stone, where it's in front of the stone retaining wall.
Okay.
Question?
Yeah, okay. How are you going to access?
Access the
Yeah.
site.
Oh, the pool is accessible right from the driveway.
Okay,
There's a fence there, but we would come right off the driveway. We just take a couple of fence panels down.
okay.
So this is the building. It's the two-car garage
Oh, so
here.
I get it.
The
Right.
driveway's
Going
over
this way, all
here.
right, yeah.
Oh,
So it goes like
okay.
this. So then like this.
So this is all paved
Looks like it.
all the way over here. Yeah, it definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Okay, here, okay,
Yeah.
here's the drive, okay. All right, I see now. All right.
So you said you already had the pool, the other one was removed, that the demolition's been done already?
Yes, it was. Yeah, we had talked to the building inspector. It was very old and it was dangerous. It wasn't holding water anymore, so it was just a big empty hole. And they have 6 children, so he wanted to get that out of there pretty quickly.
So right now, is there just a big hole in the ground? Is that it?
Yeah, they pulled out the old pool. Yes.
Okay.
You see that? Craig?
Is it going to stay at the same depth, basically? Are they going
It
to
is.
make?
It'll follow the same depth profile.
Okay. Any other
So
questions?
they already demoed it,
Yeah, it's already.
hauled it out
Yeah. So now
by
you just got-
trucks. And then they're gonna set up the forms,
Yeah.
pour it, same elevations.
Yeah.
You work at the same elevations, right?
Yeah.
Same
Not
elevation,
adding
yes.
soil? Oh,
Nope, not at all.
So you're not gonna be bringing in soil until they're ready to backfill the pool, right?
Yeah, and that, we'll bring in some 3/4 inch stone to backfill all around, so it wouldn't actually be soil.
So put a silt sock along the fence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my recommendation.
Okay.
Could you get us a plan that shows the silt sock?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Just one for the office. Any other questions, comments?
Stone retaining wall here. There's a stone retaining wall here, so that ground must drop off.
Yeah.
Quite a ways from
Yep. Any other questions, comments?
now.
Any questions, comments from the audience? This is,
I'll make a motion to close the hearing for 6 Beaumont Holland Drive.
do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None?
And then is that just a negative determination again?
Yep.
So I'll make a motion to issue a negative determination for 6 Beaumont Pond Drive.
You want it, the silt sock. Thing as a condition?
As,
With the addition that a new plan be submitted showing the silt sock
Okay,
erosion control.
that right to you.
Second?
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Right?
Opposed? None? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great night.
MBTA. Oh. Okay, being 7:20 PM. Pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, Wetlands Protection Act, and Foxborough's Wetland Protection Bylaw, Chapter 267, the Conservation Commission will open a public meeting on Monday, February 23rd, actually, at 2026, at 7:10 PM in the Gala Meeting Room, Foxborough Town Hall, 40 South Street, and/or via Zoom, on a request for determination of applicability filed by Anna Rita Pascal, Keolis Commuter Services, to allow vegetation management, control, and maintenance as part of the Keolis's yearly operational plan within the railroad right-of-way in Foxborough within 100 feet of a wetland resource area. The application is available for public inspection at the Conservation Office, Town Hall, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those can also be found on Massachusetts Newspaper Publishers Association website. Do we have somebody zooming in?
This was one that was supposed to be during the snowstorm, and I had told him it was rescheduled till tonight, but we haven't heard from him since, so I don't know.
No.
If you know enough about it, you want to explain it?
Yeah, I can do my best. So this is they're looking to renew their 5-year vegetation management plan. The last one was actually brought before the commission last year in 2025, and it was issued a negative determination. Before that, it was 2020. I believe since last year's determination, they have acquired the management of additional track line in Foxborough. So this is the exact same plan, just with additional length of track. So they're coming back before the commission, looking for another determination to continue their vegetation management.
So is the additional track, that's what's in these pictures? Is that the idea, or is this the entire project? So the entire
I'm not
thing.
sure
This is
about
the
that.
track that CSX you used to maintain, and then the state took it over, but CSX has a license to use it.
So, just trying to figure out if I remember looking at it, we walked a bunch of the track. If that's all included in this, or is this all the new track that, if that's what we're looking at here?
I believe that is both old and the new, but
It looks, yeah,
can't
even the size of it.
No, it's all the CSX. It starts at the Mansfield Foxborough line and goes up through the neighborhood there, crosses Spring Street, Elm Street.
Right, no, I know the line.
So-
All right, so that's not the same, okay.
But I'm trying to figure out what's the additional. I didn't know there was any additional track.
Did they tell you that? It doesn't say anything about
maybe
additional.
not.
No.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I thought it was the same as last year, just with more track.
Okay.
It just says they're renewing their 5-year vegetative management plan that expired December 31st, 2025.
Received a
Enclosed, please find the RADA to renew the wetland maps along the right-of-way in your municipality. Enclosed maps represent the location of the permanent marking setbacks. There are no proposed changes to the existing maps and permanent markings in the field from previous filings. They've been revised to reflect the latest revisions to all service/drinking water supply zones as identified as maps supplied by Mass GIS.
Yeah, like on page 3, I remember we've walked this piece back here near Lions.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've walked
all right.
quite a bit of it, yeah.
Basically, they're showing where the sensitive areas are and where they either do brush control or chemical
Yeah.
application
Yeah.
in the roadbed. So this is where the Foxborough company was. And you can see,
Old map.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this is his Railroad Avenue in here.
Yeah.
This is a sensitive area, but they're not doing anything. But this area here, they will be doing something,
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
This is where the water comes in off of Railroad Ave and becomes a stream underneath.
You got your brook, the
Yep.
beginning, yeah. Okay.
Well, they got the Amtrak line. No, there's an Amtrak line.
Any other questions, comments? Any questions, comments from the audience? Don't everyone speak at once? Are you all set with it?
I think so. Again, I'm just a little, it's not quite clear to me what's, like, if it's new, if it's basically just the same plan and they're
Same
just
plan,
renewing it?
yeah.
Same.
And it's the same one we approved back
Yeah.
a year ago.
Yeah, if you look at the top, it says it's the MBTA right-of-way operated by Keolis Commuter Services, the purple
I
line.
do remember when we looked at it last year or so.
So would you like to close the hearing?
Sure.
They come back every year before they initiate the
Right.
program for that year to get our approval.
Maybe that was a misunderstanding on my part.
All right, I'll make a motion to close the hearing for the MBTA Railroad right-of-way.
Second,
Second.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Do a negative
So,
determination?
We do a negative, so we don't like vote to approve the plan, it's just a negative determination. Is that it?
We can do a negative on that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Are there any special conditions I need to add to this one? It's just,
It just says, implementation of controls for vegetation along the railroad right-of-way. So, I mean, we'll look at last year's and see if but I don't think they ever had any special conditions.
Okay. I'll make a motion to issue a negative determination for the MBTA Railroad right-of-way for Keolis.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Finally, Mr. Gray, you're almost up. Did you sign in, by the way? And finally, we have a continuation for 138 Washington Street, map, well, DEP file 157668. Mr. Gray.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. For the record, my name's Cameron Gray with Bay Colony Group. So it's been a while since we last met on this project. So just a refresher, this property is located off of Washington Street, behind 140 Washington Street in Mom's South. We're proposing the construction of 9 buildings that'll consist of individual contractor bays for a total of 32 units. Since we last met, we were able to go on a site walk with Craig and a few members of the commission. It feels like a while ago now, but I believe it was at the beginning of December. Also, as part of this project, we need to get a special permit through planning board, and with that, the town consultant needed to review this project. So we were able to address all the consultants' comments and received a clean letter from them at the beginning of February. And the planning board issued the permit, I believe, 2 meetings ago, and closed the hearing and approved it. And then the only other thing I had was during our site walk, Craig had mentioned that he would like some fencing at the top or bottom of the slopes in between some of the units. I was able to add that to the final plan set, and with that, I have nothing else to add.
Now, did the planning board make any recommendations for changes or anything, or did they accept it as presented to us?
So it was really the only changes came from the comments by the town's consultant, and there's really minimal changes. There's nothing, we're not increasing any further work within the buffer zone than what we show.
Okay.
When you build a retaining wall, you're going to build it from the inside?
Yeah, so the retaining walls, I don't show an exact detail, but we've been discussing it with the contractor. They're gonna be using those stone strong, which is just those giant blocks that they put in. And they require a minimal footing, so it's not gonna be a traditional stone form or concrete form retaining wall that requires a large footing. So they'll be able to design backwards for the close proximity we are to the 25-foot no disturb.
Yeah, because you're going right up to the 25-foot line.
Yeah, so they'll be able to get in there, excavate the footing for it, lay their stone, and pull back.
All from the,
Yeah. from-
Inside, yeah.
Working from the inside, yeah.
okay.
Erosion control? Do we have erosion control on the plan?
Yeah, so I prepared a SWEP plan as part of that, so it shows the erosion control and snow storage. And when we went on our site walk, a lot of the erosion control had been marked out. It's not the easiest site to walk, but it's in there.
It wasn't.
Not the easiest site to work either.
No, definitely not.
So you'll put up the limits of disturbance fencing?
Yep, so we'll do, as we've done in the past, we've staked out the erosion control. The tree clearers will go in there and do any tree clearing, and then after that, we'll go in and put the erosion control in, so it's not destroyed.
But you put the fencing up where they're supposed to stop?
Yes, correct. Yeah, so the erosion control will act as a limit of work.
Okay. Just check.
Yep, no problem.
Any other questions, comments?
No, we talked about it a lot before, and then we went on the site visit, so I
Yeah.
think we covered everything.
My sort of greatest concern with this project is the renters of these bays not restoring things within that 25-foot no disturb buffer, and I think that's addressed with the fencing between the units, and then the height of the stone wall, and then the I think it's a 6-foot fence around the dumpster area. So that addresses my concern about that. So.
So I'm trying to remember what we talked about. Was there going to be regulations in terms of permitting as far as like what businesses could use these?
Yeah, so that was a good point. That was brought up at the previous meeting. So this parcel is located partially within the wet source or the Water Resource Protection District, Zone 3. So per zoning, the uses in there will be limited. So they can't have hazardous materials or anything along those lines.
Any other questions, comments?
Then I'll make a motion to close the hearing for 138 Washington Street, DEP 157-668.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Right?
Opposed?
And I'll make a motion to issue an order of conditions. Is it with standard conditions or?
Yeah, just
Yes.
standard, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Standard conditions for 138 Washington Street, DEP 157668.
Hold on, Rick. Question, did the plan change since what you submitted to us with the original application?
Yeah, so I submitted a revised plan with Craig and also dropped off a hard copy for him.
Okay, we need to include that information, that there's a revised plan for the date,
It's
whatever.
noted on
That's
the
in
thing,
the-
it asks for the
Yep.
revised plan dates.
Okay.
All right.
You'll need a second.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Good.
So was someone giving Bill a motorcycle?
What is it?
Was someone delivering motorcycle for Bill?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
everyone.
set? Thank you. So can I assume that there's a Kathleen, a Mary, and a Charles in the audience? Welcome. Anybody change their minds now? Giving you fair warning. This is a sample of what we go through continuously, so how do we want to flip a coin, see who goes first, or?
I don't know, do you want to do them one at a time? You want to do them all together? You can do each question and go down the line, just have them all come sit up here, or you want to do them one at a time?
I think we should do them one at a time.
Okay.
So, who would like to go first?
I think you just do it in the order it's on the agenda.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can just do that. So it's Kathleen first.
Kathleen? Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Kathleen Pryor.
Do we want the
I live in
others in the
Foxborough.
hall?
No, it's not a job interview.
Okay.
I've lived in Foxborough for the past 5 years. I grew up in Easton. I currently work for Eversource. I'm in the transmission siting division. I work closely with environmental licensing and permitting. We prepare applications for the DPU and Energy Facilities Siting Board, as well as local applications like special permits and site plan reviews. Before that, I worked in environmental consulting, primarily doing spill response and site investigation and remediation projects.
So what
So
makes,
you're not old enough to remember Boston Edison, but I retired from Boston Edison a few years back.
The name still comes out in a lot of work.
what makes you want to sign up to come here on Monday nights every other week to talk to homeowners and businesses?
I'm looking to get more involved in town, and this is something I have some familiarity with. I haven't really done a lot of direct wetlands permitting, but I work closely with licensing and permitting folks and have some familiarity with it. I know it can be a thankless job at times, I'm sure, but it is important. So.
Is there something you think that makes you the most qualified candidate or particularly qualified? Obviously, you have.
Yeah, I have some exposure. Massachusetts has also just passed reforms for clean energy siting at the town level that could affect things like solar permitting. So we're kind of figuring that out right now. They're introducing a consolidated permit where the town would issue one permit instead of each board issuing their own.
Did you want to ask him? I can keep going, but if he does have questions.
Good.
So did you do anything in particular to prepare to come to this meeting?
Yeah, I looked at the town website, past projects online, as well as the Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commissioners had a lot of resources on their website as well.
Have you been to one of our meetings before?
I have not.
I hadn't really either before I became a
I had
commissioner,
to,
so.
I presented a project for a colleague at another conservation commission, and in my work too, I talked to conservation agents when we're introducing projects and figuring out permitting.
You comfortable being on Foxboro Cable
Yes.
for all to see? Go back and laugh at? Yeah.
It's really easy to forget that we're.
Yeah.
So, what do you think you'd be most passionate about if you were a commissioner?
I think maybe increasing awareness and access to Foxborough conservation lands. We're really lucky to have those places in town, and I'd like to see more people enjoy them.
Have you been able to go hiking on any of our lands or visit any of their, say, the Lane property or?
Yeah, the Lane property, Gilbert Hills and the town forest mostly.
Do you have any, I'll rephrase this in a positive way. Are you okay with like talking to your fellow neighbors, right? Because that's who's coming before us. Like if somebody wants to take a tree down and we tell them, sorry, you can't do that, is that, you know, you okay with?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm used to having uncomfortable conversations in my line of work, and it's just trying to understand different points of views and regulations and interpreting those for people.
Nice.
Now that you've sat through one of our meetings, what do you think will be the most challenging aspect of being on the commission?
I'd say managing if people object to certain projects or more controversial projects.
Yeah, we were lucky tonight in that.
Yeah.
It's not always quite as easy. A lot of these were projects that just make sense. They're not all like that.
Yeah, so just to remain impartial and make sure we're doing our job of implementing regulations fairly and consistently across applications.
Now, are you able to go on site visits? When, you know, when the applications come in, we usually like to get people to get out there to look at it because for myself, I try to get everyone, but I cannot look at a sheet of paper and analyze the elevations and things like that. So I like to go out and do a visual. Would you be able to do the site visits?
Yes, I have 2 fixed days in office, but I have flexibility when needed.
Great.
Do you have questions for us?
None at this time.
Okay.
Anybody
Anything?
else?
Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So I think Mary,
Yes.
Yeah.
full disclosure, I know Mary.
Oh, okay. Oh, you influence her, eh?
I don't know her particularly well, but she's like a friend of a friend, and we have
Okay.
had sort of an informational interview about environmental science in general.
Good, good. So tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to be on this commission.
So I'm a lifelong Foxborough resident. Actually, both of my houses that I've lived in here have either been down the street or my backyard goes up to the state forest. So I spent a lot of time there as a kid. And when the Lane property was established, I also spent a lot of time there. And that inspired me to follow environmental science as a career path in school. Last year, I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Boston College in environmental studies, and I would love to use that to give back to the town.
BC class of 63.
Nice.
I mean, I basically have all the same questions, but
Basically, that's,
do you want to talk a little bit, like, sort of why you're, like, what passion in particular you might bring to the commission?
So with my bachelor's degree, I had coursework that was focused on environmental law, and specifically it focused on Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act. And I know that's what you guys do most of the time. I have field experience through a senior project I completed last year. It was involved with looking at the water quality near a dam near the Charles. It's a dam in Natick that is on the Charles River.
Okay.
So that was a year-long experience with that. I've also completed coursework or field work in Galway. That's something I'm very passionate about, spending time outside. I've also completed 3 classes from the Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commissions, mostly because I was curious, but those would help me here. I'm in progress of completing a wetland delineation certification. That'll be done in June. It's through Rutgers, but it's hybrid. Most of it's online.
So you just saw, like, we get, mostly it's homeowners in town, sometimes it's businesses, but, you know, so I'll ask the same question I asked before, like, sometimes homeowners come before us because, like, a neighbor tattled on them or something, like, listen, they're getting hauled in here to stop a project. How do you feel about the idea of, you know, maybe having to address some of the sins of your neighbors?
Honestly, I'm confident in that. I wouldn't say town drama. I've experienced the town drama before. I'm not scared of it.
Yeah, this was a nice, calm, like I said, Rebecca said, this was not controversial. Everything made sense on this one, but that happens. And it's funny when it happens. It seems it comes in spades and then it's calm for a while. So, what'd you do to prepare or, like, you know, get yourself ready to, what did you ask that question already? No.
Besides the classes I took, I also reviewed recent agendas and past recordings of meetings.
Nice. You have flexibility in terms of, like, your schedule now, like Bob was saying, because, you know, sometimes we have to go on a site walk to see what's going on or get the lay of the land. Google Earth is great, but it's not everything, you know, it's,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
And sometimes those site walks are during the week, or sometimes Saturday. So I don't know what you're doing for work right now, but, you know, if you're flexible, but you're just starting work, it might be a little bit harder to get out. But that doesn't mean we couldn't do it in the evening, you know, early evening if we have to.
My schedule is very flexible.
One of the things also is learning how to look at the plans and be able to, like Bob said, interpret the information that's on the plan while he's out there standing with it. Usually an engineer or somebody that knows the project or the homeowner will be there at the same time. Not all the time, but usually. So that's where you have to be a fast learner.
I am.
What do you think would be the most challenging part of being on the commission?
I would say learning the lingo. You know, I have some background experience, but I'm sure there's specific things to the Conservation Commission that I would need to learn. I have some experience with reading the maps with the outlines. I took an archaeology class, so that's kind of a little intro to that. I think that would be my biggest challenge, though.
Do you have any questions for us?
I'd say, what project are you most proud of that you've done through the commission?
The most proud of?
Lane property.
Lane, well, that was a purchase. That wasn't.
No,
well,
to make it
know,
available,
make it, yeah.
available to
Yeah.
everybody and usable.
Yeah.
So, with the help of others too.
A lot of help. One thing I was very proud of is relocating the Neponset River before Gillette Stadium was built. That was quite a project, and it was first time I've ever seen a river diverted and reconnected.
And exposed. And exposed.
Yeah,
It was all piped.
There were pipes going through the old raceway that was up there at the time, and they had no idea where the pipes were coming from or going to. So, but by daylighting the river, we made it much nicer and more environmentally. So that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Charles. Doesn't matter. All the mics are live. So again, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you'd like to be on the commission.
Sure. So I moved to Foxborough in 2019. I work for the Environmental Protection Agency as part of the Office of Inspector General. My role there is to do program evaluations of EPA programs. I started, when I first started there, I was in the water division, I guess let's just call it. Since then, we've reorganized, so now I do cross-statute programs. So I've done everything from Clean Water Act, RCRA, CERCLA, Clean Air Act, basically all the major statutes. Prior to that, so I've been there since 2018. Prior to that, I got my master's degree in sustainable engineering from Villanova. I was a Peace Corps volunteer right before that in Swaziland in Southern Africa. And then I worked for an environmental company for 2 years before that. And I was Boston College class of 2011.
Were you doing field work for the environmental company, like delineations or markings, or what was that?
No, it was a like residential energy efficiency company. So I was in the field, but nothing like that.
So what made you interested in wanting to join our little conservation commission?
So I have 4-year-old twins now. So I care about the town, care about the future of the town. And 4 years old is right around the time where I can stop making excuses, or I need to stop making excuses and feel like I need to be involved.
Nice.
Boys, girls, or one of each?
Identical girls.
Tell you a story about twins later.
Go back to my questions. Did you do anything in particular to prepare for this meeting?
I actually watched the last meeting, or I don't actually think it was the last meeting. YouTube brought me back in time a little bit. I think it was from last year, but just to understand the types of things that the commission reviews. Seemed pretty straightforward.
Is there anything specifically around conservation that you're kind of passionate about? Like, is there a, I don't know, specific area or something about this that sort of floats to the top?
Yeah, so like I referenced, I started in the water division in the EPA Office of Inspector General. And that was my passion coming in. When I was in Peace Corps, that was a major issue in Southern Africa. We were in what at the time was a historic El Nino-driven drought.
Right, yeah.
Now it's not so, it's kind of almost become annual there. And so when I finished there, I moved into get my graduate degree in sustainable engineering, focusing on water resources. That was actually focused on what I thought I wanted to do at the time, which was water and sanitation resources in low resource settings. So going back into the international development space. And then my now wife got a job at the EPA, and I realized I would be working domestically. So this is, I guess, my pivot, or trying to scratch that itch of getting back into the water resources area.
We asked the other question, so in terms of like your current work schedule and whatnot, so we have to do sidewalks, or obviously it's a commitment of, every other Monday most months, although there's variability in terms of the availability of this room. How's your schedule, you think? Will it fit along with this?
Yeah, Mondays at 7, it's pretty easy. I don't know how much you followed the federal workforce changes over the last year. Not going to be a strength of mine is flexibility during the week. We have a 40-hour in-office requirement in Post Office Square. So I can do, with my wife also being she works at the EPA as well. I can do this time, and I can do Saturdays.
Sure.
If something is really important, I can take leave. But I do think the site visits are important. I think that's where I would, especially in the process of getting up to speed, learning how, the things that you see in these plans translate into, real world application. So it's something that
Okay.
I'd like to do.
We've asked all the others also. There tends to be some tension occasionally between ourselves and our neighbors or other people in town. How do you think you would handle that?
Yeah, I don't know how much you follow the office or how familiar you are with the Office of Inspector General, but tends to also not be the most amicable relationship by nature. But my office, we do program evaluations, but it's still evaluating the programs of EPA staff that they are implementing. So it's something I'm pretty accustomed to. A little different with your neighbors, but.
Yes.
And what do you think might be the most challenging part of being on the commission?
I would imagine that, let's just say 80% of the plans that come in are pretty standard, but, trying to really understand the technical nuances of the other 20% that tend to stray from the norm. I would think that takes some time to get used to, and that's where I think those site visits would be helpful for me.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, I might. So my ability to serve on the commission, I still have a pending ethics clearance with the EPA.
Yeah, I saw you commented on that in your application.
So I might have some questions that come up as I continue through that clearance. I've already gotten one round of questions from our ethics official 2 weeks ago, and I've responded to the best of my ability. So as that continues, there's a precedence. One of my colleagues serves on the analogous commission for city of Cambridge. So I'm not so worried about it, but I still do technically need ethics clearance.
Yep. I think I'm all set.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you all.
They all seem more qualified than I do.
Yeah.
If you want to tell them we won't decide tonight, well, I believe what we did last time is we interviewed everybody and then
Yeah,
thought about it for a couple of weeks and appointed someone at the next
Yeah.
meeting.
okay,
It would give like Jim and Tanya a chance to watch
Yeah,
the meeting and get.
yeah.
there's
Okay.
2 other commissioners that aren't here, so they could watch it. We'll talk about it at the next meeting. No, we don't have any applications for yet, so maybe we won't have that meeting, but.
Okay. So we will keep you posted, put it that way. Thank you again very much for your interest.
Deadline for today,
Anything else?
23rd.
Now I hear a motion.
Well, I was going to say, Craig, were you going to talk about the trail monitors?
Yeah. So my update for this meeting is I've gone around to quite a few of our conservation lands, ones that have parking areas and trails, and I've hung up some small signs with QR codes that is to sign up to be a trail monitor, which is just sort of volunteering your time to routinely walk the trails and fill out a report survey that I've created that just updates on trail conditions, things like littering, fallen tree, ATV usage. So if there's about 2 to 4 people volunteering per trail network, we'll get a weekly update and allow us to have eyes all over town, better we'll have faster updates than we are able to.
It's a great idea.
to
Yeah,
do
my neighbor
ourselves.
said that he saw it and he signed up.
Yeah, we've had quite a few.
And then he hasn't really been in the woods because there's been 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day when I hung up the signs, and then 1 week later, the woods have been pretty inaccessible since.
Yeah.
But we have some of the trails, hoping to keep reaching people for some of the less frequented trails, but good response already, and hoping to start building a network of volunteers and trail stewards. Stay tuned for an online posting.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
Thanks. Excellent.
Now, if there's nothing else, I'm going to make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Did you second
I
that?
second that, yes.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you, Mr. Beck.